What's up, everybody? Welcome to Nerd Squadron, and today we are going to be reviewing the newest release from Hasbro Black Series, and happens to be my favorite character in the Acolyte. So today we're talking about Chimera. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. I am captain of the Nerd Squadron, and yes, today we are reviewing the Stranger helmet from Hasbro Black Series. Now, it's been a while since I actually reviewed a Black Series helmet, and I thought it was time for us to review this specific helmet, because this helmet has been something I've been eyeing on ever since I saw it at Star Wars Celebration. Now, say what you want about the Acolyte. I know it didn't live to our expectations, but still, the character of Chimera was amazing. Manny Jacinto is goated because of that show. Now, before we get to this helmet, if you guys are new to the channel, my name is Chris. I am captain of the Nerd Squadron. If you guys are returning viewers, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Let's go ahead and get this started. Now, all right, so on top of the box here, yes, we do have a beautiful shot of Chimera's helmet. A nice shot of the right side of the helmet. If we look at the front here, we do have a nice front shot of that. Now, we are gonna get a glossy little eye thing here, kind of like sunglasses. Not sure how I feel about that, but we'll go ahead and take a look at that soon. And then we have a beautiful shot of Chimera right there. Such a cool character. Damn, those forearms, huge. And then now we have a left side. It's more of the entire helmet here with all the weld marks there. Back, now we have a bunch of features in here. Now this is the one thing that it has me very curious. If you look right in here, it says interior welcome light effects. I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like there could have been something else I've done. Or maybe not even include the electronics, but we'll take a look at that here in a second. And then also it does have adjustable fit for most head sizes located inside. So I'm assuming it's to be one of those like hard hat systems, just like all the other Black Series helmets. And then here we do have a front side of the helmet. Nice little diagrams here with some airbrush here. Very, very cool. The one thing about the Black Series they never cheap out on is the box. The box always looks very, very cool. Now here we have the helmet itself. There he is, Chimera in all his glory. There it is there. We can just see just how beautiful this helmet is. You know what, I'll say Black Series did a great job with the weathering right up here. This here was beautifully, beautifully done. You can see the amount of weathering they put on there. Color is also really, really good and great. I actually really like that. This sucks. I'm sorry, but I wish there was like a mesh material or something else in there. But the glossy sunglasses look just doesn't pass the vibe for me. The teeth do look pretty good, actually, to be honest. I love the different color changes within the cracks of the helmet. That I feel like they did a great job. As you take a look in here, you can see the teeth detail right in there and even in the back. So it is a pretty good sized helmet. If we take a look at the inside there, we do have that little ratchet strap located right in there. I don't know if you guys can see, and there you go. That looks like a breathing apparatus or the voice changer of what would have changed his voice in the show. So yeah, that is the inside of the helmet. There's not much to the helmet inside. I do like this right here. It does allow it to kind of touch the back of your head so it doesn't wobble back and forth. So yeah, that does look really nice, and it is designed beautifully. So we're gonna go ahead and look for the battery compartment to where this goes, and I believe it's right in here. It's really hard to notice, but you can see there is a crack here, and then there is a seam line right in here. So let's go ahead and take a look at that, grab the back here and pop that out. So yes, just like that, and right there we have access to the battery compartment. I believe it takes 2 AA batteries. Let's go ahead and throw it in there and see what these welcoming lights look like. All right, well, I was wrong. It's actually 1 battery, not 2. So we'll go and throw 1 AA in here. Close this up really quick, and then we will see how this looks. Snaps right into place. And that's what you get. That. There's a button right in there. And you get those lights. Yeah, those are your welcoming lights. Yeah, I don't know how I I don't know how I really feel about those welcoming lights. I don't think that was even necessary when it comes to this helmet. I don't think they should have even done that. I think, you know what would be really cool is if they use some of the technology from their Black Series helmets, and if you hit against it, you hear the sounds of a lightsaber hitting the cortosis within the helmet, and you hear that banging sound, that clashing sound. That would have been very cool for this type of a helmet, especially since he used his helmet against the Jedis as he was fighting against them, literally hitting his head against their blades. So that would have been a very cool thing for them to do. But these welcoming lights, I don't know if you can see those. Well, right there, that right there. It's not it for me. It's not it. Now, no helmet review is going to be a helmet review without trying it on. So let's go ahead and try on this helmet and see exactly how it fits. All right, so now I have this helmet on. It is kind of big in the inside. I do have some room. Now my eyes are actually perfect with the eyes right in here. The problem is there's so much room in here that if I do this, you can see it just swinging around. Unfortunately, the helmet strap located in the inside does not hold your head in very well. And as you're wearing the helmet, my eyes are starting to fog up because of that material. So this is a helmet I probably wouldn't want to wear for a long time. Now let's take a couple closer looks of this helmet as well and make a comparison between this one and the last helmet review of Chimere. It is a resin cast helmet that was painted by my buddy Sebastian at Starlight Saber. So let's go and take a look at that right now. So we have both helmets here. We have the Black Series version and then we have the custom version. This one was painted by my buddy Sebastian at Starlight Sabers. If you guys have not seen that video yet, I do have it on the channel. I'll leave a link to that below so you guys can see that. But I love the paint job. It was done beautifully. So the one thing we'll compare between these two right now will be the detail of what Hasbro was able to do with theirs. So we'll go ahead and turn it to the right real quick so we can actually see the left side of the helmet. And now you can see the custom version, the amount of detail we have on here. Not even just the scarring here, but all the details here, the scratches here, all the dents here of what you imagine a lightsaber hitting a helmet and the cortosis reacting to the lightsaber. Right here is beautifully, and even the weathering done at the back of the helmet was done beautifully. So if we take a look at the Black Series version of what they were able to do, they definitely brought in the detail as well, and they nailed that. And I think that they did a great job with bringing that out, especially the weld marks. Now, if I go ahead and just like rotate it here just to the back so we can see some additional weathering, just a quick comparison, that weathering is brought into the Black Series version, just like in the custom one version. So when it comes to comparison, yes, Hasbro did a great job when it comes to getting the details of this helmet correct. Look at this here. You could just see they did a great job in comparison. Yeah, difference in colors, but they did a great job. Now, the teeth are very, very prominent in the custom version, and it's very, very clean here, and this was molded beautifully so you could really see every single tooth in the molded teeth here. Beautiful. But if you look at the Black Series version, yes, it is there. It's not as prominent, it's not as clean. You can kind of see some of the details are kind of off, but I still think Hasbro did a great job at bringing out these teeth, and this mold for these teeth was done beautifully. Now, they're not going to be as good as the custom version, but you can see the amount of work they put into this. I think Hasbro, I can officially say they actually nailed it when it comes to some of the details. Now, another big thing that you're going to notice is going to be the size of the eye holes. The eye holes on the Black Series are about double the size there. They are about double the size compared to the custom version, but they did add those lenses in there. And if you look at the custom, you know, again, they're not very big, but it's just exactly how it was in the show. You wanted in the show, like how he was able to see, but you know, that's exactly how they were in the show. And to be honest, even when you're wearing it, it is kind of hard to see. But these here will be much bigger and will be a lot easier for you to see through them, especially when you're walking around in them, or if you decide you want to use these to cosplay with, it will be easier to see. But if you look in the reflection here, you can't see those lenses there. Now, the size comparison of these, Black Series are notorious for always being bigger or just bigger than a more accurate size of a helmet, right? And so the Black Series here from the forehead all the way around is about 31 inches all the way around, and then the custom is about 29.5 inches. So there is some noticeable size difference. And I mean, if we really want to talk about these two here and size, The height of it, the Black Series one is about 9.5 inches, and then the custom is about 9 inches. So there is some slight differences in sizes between both. Again, the eye holes, yes, those are going to be different in sizes. One's bigger, one's smaller, but this one here does have those lenses. So I'm not going to say how many times, I'll say how much of a fan I am not of those lenses, but those lenses are there in the Black Series version. All right, now my final thoughts on the Black Series Chimera helmet. It's an okay helmet. Very cool if you can have it displayed in your collection. I just don't like the visors here. The visor is just not it for me. They really should have gone another route for that because he is a very like a mystique type of character. I do love the paint job they did on here. I do love the electronics, how they put it in, how they hid it in there very well. There's no screw located in here where you can see it. That was very cool. They hid that extremely well. Now the details in the teeth were done extremely well as well. The details and the weathering that they use in the very back here that kind of gave it a dirty look, and just the way they did it, I thought for a Black Series was done very well. Now the weld marks on the helmet there are done extremely well too. I do love what they did there. Again, we're talking about Black Series. The detail they added for a mass-produced product, I think they did a great job. Now, the electronics, the welcoming lights just don't hit for me at all. Those were not needed at all. I could have gone with this helmet not having any electronics whatsoever, or again, using the sounds of lightsabers clashing with cortosis. That would have been a very cool thing for them to do, but unfortunately, I think they dropped the ball when it came to the electronics on this helmet. All right, everybody, if you guys are not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel. And once again, if you guys are returning viewers, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We are on the road to 3,000 subscribers, and once we hit 3,000 subscribers, we are going to be doing a giveaway. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. May the force be with you. See ya.